What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the 3829 podcast. It's your host, Trey. Before we even get into it, make sure you hit that like, comment, and that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell so you get notified every time we post too. Now, before we jump into it, I'm on here with Isaac again. Want to give a shout out to Isaac for coming on again. And before we jump into it, I'm going to let y'all highlight him one time.
What's going on, 3829 family? I'm back. Did you miss me? Cool. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the pod, and we're going to go ahead and get started.
All right, y'all. So to jump into it, man, we seen the summer league wrap up, and free agency is winding up. So I just wanted to recap on what these teams have done in this offseason and where they stand currently and what we think they're gonna do next year. So to start it off, we seen Atlanta make a decent amount of moves. They brought in Luke Kennard, they brought in Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and they brought in Kristaps Porzingis. And all we seen them lose was Georges Niang. You get what I'm saying? So I would say that they had a successful offseason personally because during the play-in, I definitely thought that Trae Young was out of there. I thought he was requesting a trade, and I thought that was the last season that we saw Trae Young in Atlanta. You go what I'm saying? It it definitely showed, especially with him getting teed up and ejected out that last game. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I believe he fouled out, but his antics after the game, I definitely thought that he was. I mean, after him fouling out, definitely thought that he was gonna be leaving Atlanta. But what's your take on it?
Um, I'll say this before I, really get into and dive into these teams and whatnot. I'll say this. This free agency was kind of dead. Um, there there weren't a lot of guys that were coming off contract this year that you saw them and you were like, okay, boom, we can go after, we can make an offer. Most stuff had to be, trades or, little small signings here and there or re-signings and whatnot. But with the Hawks, I'll say this, right? They made some moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you're supposed to do. I'm just not sure what these moves do exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how these moves uh move the needle and push you, in the right direction. Hopefully I'm wrong, right? But I just don't really see, you know, how this helps them, right? I think these moves keep them in the middle of the pack where they have been, you know.
I think that they improved from last season, definitely. Um, Especially when you consider that all they really lost was Georges Niang. You get what I'm saying? Um, they sorry, they you haven't seen them. I mean, last year they was a playoff team. I mean, play-in team. I feel like this year they'll be a playoff team. You get what I'm saying? This year they're not gonna be a playing team. Plus the East got weaker. I easily see them being a
Quote unquote.
4 or 5 seed. No, it did get weaker this season. The Pacers got weaker. The Celtics got weaker. You're not gonna have to deal with basically two top teams from last season. You get what I'm saying? Um, the Knicks are still gonna be the Knicks, but I feel like the Knicks show their holes. I feel like the Knicks have shown why they're not gonna be a championship team. You get what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
You can't put your two top guys on the floor together, so you have to
A move
make a
needs.
move and that you're not making it. So I feel like yes, the Hawks have a chance to be in between that 3 and 5 seed. You get what I'm saying? I feel like yeah, I definitely feel like they've definitely made a step up from last year. Now I know that I wouldn't say that championship this is a championship team by any means. No. You get what I'm saying? But and then you still have the Cavs, Cavs didn't really make any moves this offseason, but the Cavs are still there. I feel like they kind of, or I've kind of swept them under the rug just because they had that second round exit, but or they kind of swept them to the back of the memory. But
When it
it's
comes to the Cavs, I'm sorry, but when it comes to the Cavs, I know a lot of people gave them crap, but let's be honest, the Pacers were a bad matchup for them, right?
mhm.
Um, who's to say that like if they didn't match up with the Pacers, they wouldn't be in the finals? You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mhm.
yes, they did have holes in their team, right? I'm not saying that they were a perfect team. They just
And then
had a bad.
they got bad injury luck too.
Yes, yes. But even without the injuries, they still take that L to the Pacers. Let's be honest. That was just a all around bad matchup for them. They were not ready for them,
Well, I mean,
right?
I feel like the Pacers were pretty much a bad matchup for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Except the Thunder. I feel like that was the only even matchup. You get what I'm saying? And then
Boston had
they
they
got the injury luck too. They got the Thunder got the injury luck. I don't know how Chet's foot turns all the way like this. And this man can still get up and walk. But then Tyrese goes down in game 7. I don't know how it happens, man. I genuinely don't know how it happens. But we ain't gonna continue to talk about it, man. Shout out my boys.
and don't sleep on them next year either. All right,
Well, I
playoff
ain't
team.
necessarily sleeping on them, but I'll probably be. I'll put them in between that 6 to 8 seed, bro. Sadly,
I got 4 to 6.
4 to 6. I don't know. I don't know.
They still
Pascal.
got some players.
No, listen. I'm not saying that they don't have nobody on that squad, but what I'm saying is, you seen how much the offense and just the flow of the game was dependent on Tyrese. I'm not saying that a CJ McCollum can't do it. I mean, a TJ McConnell can't do it. I'm not saying that,
EJ sad behind up out of here. Okay, he ain't sad, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. CJ is dude. Why did he sign that new CBA, dog?
Oh, I thought you was talking about TJ. I thought I had my bad, my bad,
No,
my bad.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
was
no.
gonna say TJ,
Come on now.
TJ
EJ
setting setting finals records. What you mean?
played his heart out, man. He should be Finals MVP right now.
Oh,
Daggone it.
facts,
But
man.
no, TJ
Facts.
McCullough,
Hey,
bruh,
listen.
I don't. I don't get
And
you,
if
dog.
we would have won that
Who's that
ring, Miles shouldn't have got a damn ring. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? Speaking of Miles, man, when I watched his press conference and he said he wanted a chance to win a championship, dude, if you average more than 3 points in the finals, maybe you could have won a championship,
No,
bro.
for real. If you shoot more than 17% from three, bro,
Said he wanted a chance to win a championship, bro. Just say
you the
you.
single reason that we didn't win one. What do you mean? It would have been Pacers in 5 if Miles would have showed up.
Here's my thing.
And
I'm not mad.
again, no. Hold on. Before I let you
I'm
finish. Again, Miles, you don't make that team a championship team. You were ass in the finals. You did not show up. You will not show up again.
not,
So I'm sorry.
again,
You had your chance and
hey,
you blew it. You only get
here's the
one
thing.
shot.
Miles and Tyrese are kind of like codependent. They were codependent on each other, right?
No.
Miles being able to shoot.
Tyrese was more codependent on Siakam than he was on Miles because Miles wasn't giving him no damn help.
I mean, that's true, right?
Miles wasn't
That,
doing
that,
nothing. And guess what? What I seen from Siakam showed me I ain't need a damn Miles Turner. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you.
yeah, I mean, when you were starting all season and you get moved to the bench in the finals, and then you leave a team talking about that went to the finals saying you wanted a chance to win a championship. He didn't go somewhere like the Warriors, nothing like that.
He went
The
to the
man,
team that just lost to us.
right?
And again, you didn't make them any better. You don't make them any better. I'm just being honest with you, bro. You don't make them a championship squad. You don't make them anything, bro. You make them what they were this year, the fourth seed, the fifth seed in the West. That's what you make them. You
Hey,
don't make them any better. And that's one team I wanted to talk about was the Bucks. The Bucks need to get rid of Giannis, bro. Get rid of him because you wasting his prime, bro. Honestly. Because the Bucks is sad. Miles Turner's is sad, bro. I'm just being honest with you, bro. Miles Turner sucks, bro. He sucks.
Giannis to the Warriors.
He's trash. Because at the end of the
His
day, we play to get to the finals, bro. We play to get to the finals. And when you got there, you didn't show up. You didn't show up. You talking about one game. One game wasn't because of you. This man showed up for 3-minute spurts.
Man, he had one good 3-minute defensive stretch.
Exactly. If you would have showed up on offense, bro. If you would have
He
showed
didn't
up
have
on
to show all the
offense,
way. All he had to do was at least match the production of Chet.
not even, bro, if this man could have gave us at least 10 to 13 a game, bro, with also getting at least 6 rebounds. Like, damn. I would
And
have
not
traded
let
you for Hardenstein in the finals.
Speaking of Hartenstein, man, what were the Knicks thinking when they let him go?
They said,
What were
hey,
they
we got
thinking?
Mitchell Robinson, bro. We got Mitchell Robinson.
Like seriously.
They was thinking they
Man,
had Mitchell Robinson, bro.
I just
They just
remember.
didn't realize that Tom Thibodeau didn't go that deep in the bench to actually get to Robinson. But they had Mitchell Robinson.
Okay, but hear me out though, right? So they not this last playoffs, but the playoffs before, right? When the Knicks played the Pacers, and they were like, "Oh, the Knicks were injured. If the Knicks wasn't plagued with so many injuries, they would have won." Right? What was the main reason why the Knicks took the Pacers to 7? Isaiah Hartenstein. You know what I'm saying? He was making it difficult on the inside. And then what does he do in that OKC series? He sets those hard screens, right? Making it difficult. You know what I'm saying? Opening things up for those guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that final series. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I hear
Getting
what you're
those
saying,
rebounds.
but listen, the Knicks understood who their coach was. You hear me? So they had to get a stacked 6 to 7 men. You get what I'm saying? They had to get a stacked front 7. Because after that, nobody was touching the floor. They knew who their coach was.
This ain't the NFL. A front 7 ain't gonna do it.
Bro, that's what the Knicks thought they needed with that coach. You needed a front 7 with Tom Thibodeau. That's all you gonna be able to have is a front 7.
Unbelievable, man. What else we got, dog? What else we got? I can't. I can't with them. I
No,
can't with
for
them.
real. I mean, sure, we could talk about another team in the East that definitely made some moves to, or made a move to get better,
Mm-hmm,
and that's the Magic. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Ooh,
Um,
now, yeah. Now the Magic as a team, I feel like can take that leap.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends on a couple things, but I mean, boy, they looking good.
No,
I'm not gonna
seriously.
lie, they looking good.
And I definitely think Desmond Bane's gonna be a big guy for them. The only
Right.
thing I worry about is the fit. You get what I'm saying? With him and Franz, playing together. That's the only issue I worry about. Not saying it won't work. Not saying that they'll have any issue at all. But I just want to see how that fit works.
I mean, me personally, I really don't see too much of a problem with it. I guess as the season goes along, I'll look into it and kind of see. But I mean, right now, the Magic are looking like they're setting up to in 2, 3 years be a championship contending team. If not, you know what I'm saying, at least getting there. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Um,
definitely. And I think Paolo is going to take a huge jump this season. You get what I'm saying? The whole team's going to take a huge jump. You get what I'm saying? They actually they look like they had a they look like that they were a piece away from being able to actually take it to the Celtics, and they got a piece.
right. But one thing I will say though, one thing to keep in mind is Paulo did just get paid this season, so that's also a factor in whether guys are hungry or not to take a leap. I'm not saying he won't be hungry, but we have seen guys in the past where they were killing. They got that money and they started chilling, right?
True, but I don't think that Paolo is gonna be one of those guys. I think Paolo is gonna kill. I don't think he's gonna proceed to chill, especially when when your team has shown you that we're willing to build behind you. You know what I'm saying? You lead us out there, and we'll help you out. You get what I'm saying? Because I think that's the whole issue with majority of the league is like, yo, I'm out here going out here every night, and y'all not bringing nothing behind me. You get what I'm saying? Just like what I was talking about with Trey Young, they weren't bringing nothing behind him. This year, it seemed like they brought some stuff behind him. You get what I'm saying? This year, they're bringing something behind Paolo. You get what I'm saying? Yes, you let go of Cole Anthony, which I felt like was a great, gritty player for them. That's just the type of player I like, though. You get what I'm saying? They still got Jalen Suggs, which I like him as a player too. But I like Cole Anthony because he just gritty. You feel me? But
Yeah, but
the
you
Magic
got
definitely shown that they're willing to commit to Paolo long term. And speaking of committing to players long term, we spoke about it a little bit last episode with Don, but the Pelicans I've spoke about, committing to Zion long term. And I don't think that that's a good idea. I don't think that they're really being serious. I think that they're trying to trade bait. I think 100% that's what this is. I think it's 100% a trade bait. I don't think that
I'm sorry.
yeah, I don't think that the Pelicans are actually committed to Zion in any way, shape, or form. Um, I think that the Pelicans are trying to trade away Zion. I think that they're ready to start the rebuild. I mean, you've gotten rid of Brandon Ingram. You get what I'm saying? Now Jordan Poole's there. Like, I feel like they're ready to start a rebuild. I don't think that they're in any way making a push for a championship.
Man, listen. You got to be a fool. Committing to Zion long term. I mean, what is it because you can't get trade pieces for him or something like that? Is that what this is about? You signing him for marketability, sell some tickets, but there's nothing you can really do as far as trades because nobody wants to take him on. I mean, I guess in that aspect, from the business standpoint, I guess it makes sense.
I mean,
But the Pelicans,
I hear what
they
you're
got some
saying about
pieces.
marketability, but realistically, Zion ain't produced in years, so Zion is really an afterthought. I said it last podcast. Zion has played in less than 50% of the games that that he's eligible to play in. That he's played in less than 50% of them. Get what I'm saying? Zion has yet to play in a playoff game. Get what I'm saying? Remember when the Pelicans were giving it to the Suns a few years ago in the playoffs?
Hold on.
It was a few years ago. I want to say like 2012, 2013.
Goodness, that's more than a few years ago,
I mean,
bro.
no, no, no. I mean, not 2012, 2013. 2022, 2023. My bad. I feel like
Well,
I
I
feel.
believe
Hold
Pelicans
on.
making the play.
It was either the Pelicans or I mean, it was either the Suns or the Clippers. Hold on. Let me see. I believe it was. I believe they gave the a few years ago the Pelicans gave some team a run for their money that was like a real tough team, and Zion wasn't playing. That was Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Hold on, give me 1 second so I can fact check this, y'all. My bad, y'all. That must have been a Mandela effect.
You an
But
alternate reality.
regardless,
It might have been a play-in game.
yeah, it must have been a play in. But regardless, Zion has yet to play in a playoff game. As a number one overall pick, as a generational talent, has yet to play in a playoff game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
so many
what
other. Ja has taken it to the Warriors multiple times. That this is what the Pelicans are thinking. Ja has taken it to the Warriors. You get what I'm saying? Ja has been at the top of his conference. You get what I'm saying? This is what has happened with the second overall pick in your draft. The guy that they passed up on for you. Yes, Ja has his own injury issues, but Ja has been able to lead a team. That's what they're thinking. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, but shoot, but what are we gonna say about LaMelo then? You know what I'm saying?
True, but I feel like with LaMelo, it's a different thing. You get what I'm saying? Because LaMelo is that they are still in the process of rebuilding. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they had Miles Bridges over there for a while, but Miles Bridges isn't a legitimate number two option on a winning team. You get what I'm saying? Now they bring in Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is still developing. You get what I'm saying? So they're still. I feel like they have the potential to get closer to the playoff this year, if not become a playoff team this year. You know what I'm saying? But LaMelo has played though. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference. Is LaMelo has been available.
Right, right. Now he has, but not enough.
But
His
LaMelo has
injuries are killing.
but true.
He can't even get on an All-Star team because of his injuries. You know.
That's true. But at the same time, the difference is with the Pelicans committing to Zion long term, Zion has not committed to himself or the Pelicans long term. You get what I'm saying?
Now hold on. Now I thought they had stipulations in his contract that he
Exactly.
had a
Which is what
certain
I
weight.
mean as far as Zion has not committed to himself or the Pelicans. He has not committed to meeting those weight requirements. He has therefore he's not committed to helping himself get better as an NBA player or helping the Pelicans progress as an NBA team.
So then he just needs to not be signed.
Ex-
Like I don't even get what we talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Like if the guy don't want to commit to being in shape, and you know what I'm saying, he's just doing enough to keep making his money and all that.
True,
Bro,
but
what are we doing here?
realistically, the NBA is a business.
It is.
Zion sells the tickets.
That's my point. That's my point. He's there to sell the tickets. I'm glad you admit it.
Exactly, but outside of the Pelicans organization, he's not marketable. Nobody really cares about Zion anymore. You know what I'm saying? When he was coming out of Duke, he was marketable. A plus in marketability. Now, maybe a C plus. Nobody talks about Zion anymore. Nobody really cares about Zion anymore. You get what I'm saying? He's an afterthought. He might as well be the next Greg Oden at this point.
I mean, he could be talked about, but I mean, he's got to. I mean, like you say, he got to want it.
He's got to
Can't
play.
nobody want
He's got to be available. He has to be on the court. Why would we talk about an NBA player that doesn't play in NBA games? You know what NBA players don't play in NBA games? Bench warmers. Do we talk about them? No. Simple. Simple as that. But we'll move on from the Pelicans, man. We'll move on from the Pelicans. And I want to talk about the Mavericks. The Mavericks, man. We seen that the Mavericks, man. We seen Cooper Flag didn't play great in his first game, but he did come back in that second game, and he wanted
They
it.
saying Bronny put the clamps on.
I don't know. He gave Bronny a nice bucket, a IQ bucket. Now, Bronny did
Yeah,
clamp on the
promo.
possession before. Bronny did clamp on one possession, but he came back and he gave him an IQ bucket. But Cooper, I think he's gonna do fine in the NBA again. Like I said in the last pod, man, or in a few episodes ago, we always see this happen. You get what I'm saying? Wemby, we seen it. They always try to pick apart the rooks early. You know what I'm saying? They always try to pick them apart. They always want to say, "Oh, he shouldn't have been the first overall pick." Oh, da 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 da. Oh, da, da, da. He tied his shoe this way, so he's not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Wemby got dunked on by Kai Jones, and that's all you seen all summer? When is the last time you seen that clip? When the last time you heard of Kai Jones for real? Yeah, he playing on the Clippers, but when the last time you heard of him? Okay then. So don't take all that with a grain of salt. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think the Mavs gonna be a great squad. I think that we gonna see AD,
Is Kyrie not out for the year?
huh?
Is Kyrie not out for the year?
He's expected to come back between January and March.
So then you might as well say out for the year.
No, I wouldn't say that because realistically, they also brought in D'Lo. They also brought it, which I'm not saying that D'Lo makes them a championship team by any means, but I think D'Lo can hold it down until Kyrie gets back to that March or January timeline. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, which will help Coop because he will be, they'll depend on him more before Kyrie gets back, and then when Kyrie gets back, they'll depend on him less. So when it comes time for playoff time, which I definitely think they'll be a playoff team, I feel like AD will be option one. Then you have Kyrie. Then you have Coop. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with that early dependence on him, that'll help him develop and be able to not only increase his bag but increase his comfortability, his comfortability with playing in the NBA and being dependent on the scorer. So I felt like if Kyrie is able to come back the same player that we know Kyrie to be, we see Cooper Flag in the playoffs play like a Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like we're seeing from him that year. I feel like that's the type of play that we'll be able to see from Coop in the playoffs. I feel like regular season talk, that it ain't no point to talk regular season because we know that they're gonna make the playoffs. And I feel like they'll be able to make second, third round in the playoffs.
We talking about the Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah. I think they'll be able to make the second or third round in the playoffs.
Not
Or
this year.
not third round. I think they'll be able to make the second round. You got to realize they were unhealthy last season. You get what I'm saying? Memphis gets worse. Yes, they weren't a playoff team, but they were a playoff team. That was 7th seed, but they get worse. You get what I'm saying? The Pelicans, I don't think that they get anywhere near the playoffs last week. See, and I think that the Timberwolves honestly see a regression this year, if we're being honest. Which those are teams that's, towards the bottom that allows the Mavericks to scoot up. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the Warriors take a step back this year, which again allows the Mavericks to scoot up. I think that
Um,
even the Rockets take a step back this year.
I don't know. Well, a slight step back, but I don't think.
I don't think the Rockets won't make the playoffs, but I think the Rockets take a step back for sure.
I mean, we gotta see, man, because I mean, I don't know. I'm just not knowing about Dallas chemistry, dog.
I hear what you're saying,
On
but at the
paper,
same
it
time,
looks good,
I hear
but
what you're saying, but
so,
I
so do
think
so
that
many other
Dallas
things.
has a good. I think Dallas is a good organization. Now with the new ownership, that's the thing that brings me into question. You know what I'm saying? If it was still Mark Cuban, it's still Mark Cuban majority ownership, then I'm not even
RQ
questioning it.
in
Hmm?
Dallas.
What'd you say?
If there was still a Mark Cuban, there'd still
Yeah,
be a Luca in Dallas. You know
true.
what I'm
Which
saying?
none of this is. only person there that we talking about is Kyrie. But I mean, if this situation were to occur with
Hell,
Mark
AD
Cuban,
can't even stay healthy, man. What is going on? Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. But again, if when all these players are playing, I don't think that the the amount that these guys have been asked to produce before will all be lessened. You get what I'm saying? Even AD on the like what Kyrie was asked to do for the Mavericks before is going to be lessened. I feel like what AD was asked to do for the Lakers and the Mavericks last year will be lessened. And I feel like what Cooper Flag was asked to do for Duke last year would definitely be lessened. You get what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it's going to be a lot less wear and tear on these guys as well. I hear what you're saying about the injuries, but I feel like there will also be less wear and tear on these guys.
now Cooper's going to have to play a big role. All right.
I hear what you're
Um,
saying, but they're
these
not going to
guys.
look at him as the number one option like he was at Duke.
Okay, but hear this, right? 80 injury prone. Uh, Clay. We don't know what Clay we're getting.
Hey,
Um,
what you mean? Listen, you must not have heard. Clay is hot right now. Clay is hot. Clay can't miss right now.
uh-huh.
Hey,
Oh, he better
you ain't
hope he
even
can
getting
miss.
Clay. You getting Steph right now, boy. That
Let me
boy.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He better hope he can miss. Shoot. He better hope.
Hey.
Better hope.
Clay Steph right
He
now,
better
boy.
hope
What you mean,
Matrix
Clay?
in this club.
Hey, Clay ain't seen a bad shot all off season, boy. What you mean?
Hey, brother, you're foolish. All right.
Hey, Clay ain't seeing a bad shot all off season. Clay been
While
pulling them things
he
from
man.
half court, boy.
Hey, boy, Clay seen Tory in jail and said, "Yeah, that's the one."
Listen. Clay been pulling them things from half, ain't he?
But I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I'm like, "What is this foolishness?"
Hey, listen. But the first one that got him caught up, that wasn't even supposed to get him caught up, cause Clay was on the other side of the pool, but it was Clay Thompson, and it was only one person that could have been on the other side of that pool. bro, I'm telling you, let that have been a football player, bro. We wouldn't have known who it was, bro. That was Clay Thompson, bro. That was undeniable, bro.
Dog,
Clay wasn't beating them allegations for nothing, bro. Put Clay up there
brother.
with the CEO, bro. Luckily they popped out because if they was oh my bad, Joe. If they was trying to deny that, y'all, Clay would have been up there with the CEO, yo. Cause boy, he was caught up, boy. Clay, you wasn't getting nothing past us.
A freaky man. That he's a freaky man.
Hey, boy, that man pulling from half all off season. All I'm saying is, bro,
What she say? Hey,
Dallas,
look, what she say?
if he
He
don't pull
know
up,
he giving his money to Megan.
hey, I'm dead. Why you know the words? No, I'm just like, nah. Nah,
Megan
but
now has 2 rings. No.
hey, nah. Hey, we're talking about the Rockets, man. What you think they gonna do next season? And like I said, man, I personally think that they regress. What was they this year? The second, or was they the first or second seed?
Second,
Second seed. I
but
feel like
it's
they gonna
like
fall to the 4 or 5.
it didn't matter though because they still lost in the first round. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And
And here's the thing, right? I'm not holding that against them because I expected them to lose in the first round. They're inexperienced,
they played the
but
Warriors that had
yeah,
Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler. Realistically, that wasn't a realistic 6 seed.
yeah, there was plenty. Was 7 seed, but there was plenty
Oh yeah, they were a
of
7 seed.
experience on that Warriors team, right? I
Mm-hmm.
just did not see the Rockets winning. They did put up a hell of a fight. Hats off to them,
Mm-hmm.
right? That being said, dang, you know what I'm saying? They really did. They really did it. They really traded Jalen Green. I did not think I would see that.
No, that was a dumb
That,
move in my opinion.
but they still have a man Thompson, right? They still have what is it? That boy Cam Whitmore. They still got
Jabbar, what is his name?
Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah,
Jabari
yeah,
Smith Jr.
yeah.
That man, Tari East. They still got a lot
Alfred
of solid.
Şengün.
Sengun, yes. Can't forget about Sengun, man.
Not, but
Uh,
the thing is though, the thing is,
they,
they
dog.
gave up on Jalen Green too soon.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
would have
yeah,
been,
yeah.
he would have been perfectly paired with KD if they could have made that trade, or if they could have made that move work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't know how.
I feel like
Um,
it would have been because that's the problem. You were depending on Jalen Green to be a number one option where he wasn't a number one option.
mm.
He's not gonna be your number one option. Sadly, he's a
uh,
great player. He's not a number one option.
Amen Thompson.
And
He
listen, I
he will slowly but surely be developing into a top dog for sure.
no, definitely. And I'm not knocking Amin Thompson, but I'm saying I
Mm.
feel like I seen something happening like with Jabari Smith Jr. You get what I'm saying? I didn't see like if it happened, I didn't see them moving Jalen Green. And I just don't agree with the move, which is why I see them regressing. I feel like you help listen, you bring KD, you so then not only do you give some relief to Jalen Green, so if you see a team like that, Jalen Green ain't the guy that they, you feel me, giving all their attention to. The guy that they're giving all their attention to is, you feel me, KD. And then if it goes past KD, you don't know what Amin Thompson's pro- progression looks like from to next season. You get what I'm saying? So you don't, but then you could slide him into a second, third option. You get what I'm saying? Which I guess right now you got him at his highest trade value, but I don't like the move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like them shipping
And they
out.
bailed out the Suns. They bailed them. The Suns was in the worst predicament
Hey,
ever, bro.
hold on, man. The Suns. We got to clap it up for the Suns, man. We got to clap it up for the Suns. They got rid of Katie and
And
B.
Bradley Beal.
Come on now, we got to
And
clap it up.
somehow kept DB, bro. Hey,
Hey, man,
that was perfect.
that's smooth right there. That's smooth. That's good. That's good stuff, man.
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this episode of the 3829 podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's your host Trey again. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe on the way out. And before y'all go, I'll let y'all holler at Ice one time.
Thank you for tuning in, 3829 family. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, and if you've been here before and you ain't subscribed, what are you doing? All right. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me back. And as you know, I will be back. Thank you guys.